What's up, everyone? I just want to talk about Kawaki's role in Boruto Chapter 79 and what this means going forward. I just want to say this first of all. Kawaki's actions does not mean in any way, shape, or form that this is an action of somebody that's normal, healthy mindset. Whenever Kawaki is playing a role in this manga, he's playing the role of someone that had a very traumatic background. Before, somebody comments and says, well, that doesn't excuse his behavior, and I absolutely agree with you 100%. It does not excuse his behavior, but understand this guy is not, some 14-year-old teenager whose only worry and concern is getting a date or, trying to save, money to buy a game or catch a movie or anything. No, this guy is someone that grew up in a very difficult background, and his dad abused him. He then gets sold into friggin' slavery to a monster in Jigen, who then manipulated his body in order to eventually take over it. So whenever I read the manga and I see Kawaki's character, I'm always coming from that angle, that this guy is coming from a really messed up place and his actions and behaviors is a reflection of it. And number two, Kawaki, when he meets Naruto, when Naruto sees Kawaki, and when he said he sees himself in Kawaki, that makes sense because Naruto had a similar background, and I know you're gonna say the same thing. Naruto didn't grow up with that kind of mindset of, I'm gonna destroy the village and things like that, because he had Iruka in his life. But this time around, Kawaki, even though he had Naruto, because of his love and his admiration and respect for Naruto, he took that, and because of his fear of Momoshiki, he let that fear overpower his logic, overpower his reasons, to where now he's willing to condemn Boruto to a life of pain and sorrow. Which is sad, because if you think about it, Boruto didn't do anything in any of this other than be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Back in the Chunin exam, where he was the one who Momoshiki picked to plant his karma on. Other than that, Boruto never was the cause of anything that happened in his life, and now Boruto is the one that's gonna suffer, all because of Kawaki's fear of losing Naruto, who was the only good thing in his life. Does that excuse his actions in any way, shape, or form? No. Does the hate that people have been directing at Kawaki, is it a fair point? Or the criticism that people have been saying about Kawaki a fair point? Yes. However, I just wanted to reiterate that Kawaki's actions is coming from a place of he grew up in a messed up background. Naruto's the only good thing that's been in his life, and this is how he exhibits those behaviors, where instead of talking to Shikamaru, or instead of talking to people and sharing his ideas and saying, hey guys, I think Momoshiki is gonna do this, that, and the third, his reason and actions are, hey, I have this power that Amado gave me in his second chance at karma, and he's gonna use his own powers to do it his way. And it's sad, it's disgusting, and I'm shocked at his behavior. And the thing about it is, Kawaki, he grew up as an outsider, went through all those difficulties, all those pains, and now he's condemning Boruto, that same guy that he shared a home with, called him his brother, and all that bonding, all that, interactions. Now he's condemned Boruto to the same life path that he went through. And I think another thing that I think really made me change my opinion on Kawaki is when he tells Ada to inform the village that Boruto is responsible for the death of Naruto. So now the village is gonna think that Boruto is the reason for Naruto's death, and that Naruto isn't in another dimension, and the only people that are gonna know the truth are Boruto, Kawaki, Ada, and Sarada, because Sarada's memories haven't been tampered with. And what this kind of leads into episode 1, where when Kawaki and Boruto are standing in front of the destroyed Hokage monument, Boruto says to Kawaki, "I didn't know you'd go this far." And so I'm assuming going too far must mean the wish that took place, where Boruto and Kawaki's life have been in reverse. The question now is, what's gonna happen now? Is Kashin Koji gonna enter the fray? Because Kashin Koji has unfinished business with Amado. He has unfinished business with Naruto. He has unfinished business with the Konoha village because of his origin being a clone of Jiraiya. Is Sasuke gonna be the one to save Boruto? Or last but not least, is it gonna be someone like Code, who has a bone to pick with Kawaki? But my only contention with Code is that Code, his memories may have been tampered with, because instead of him growing up with Kawaki and hating Kawaki for being Ishiki's chosen vessel, this time it could be Boruto that was the chosen in Code's mind. It could be Boruto that's the chosen one, and so his hate for Kawaki is going to be replaced with Boruto. So it looks like in all sides Boruto has nowhere to go, and that's my only thing, when I come on away from reading chapter 79, is that Boruto has nowhere to go, and this, I think what's gonna happen is Boruto is gonna willingly give himself over to Momoshiki, where Momoshiki is gonna assume control of the body, and because Boruto's spirit is gonna be defeated. What I mean defeated is he's full of grief and sorrow that Momoshiki is gonna be the only one whose will is strong enough to take over and do whatever that Otsutsuki's do. So what do you guys think of chapter 79? Am I wrong? Is Kawaki's actions forgivable? Is it over the top? Because I know there's people have different opinions on Kawaki. Some people think his actions make sense. Some people think it's over the top. I was in the middle until that scene where he tells Ada about telling the whole village that Naruto's dead. I thought that was wrong. But all in all, please share your thoughts and opinions, leave a like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your day.